Have you seen this show called Star versus the Forces of Evil?
I haven't watched it. But
Oh my god.
How is it?
I've heard about this show, and I found it's on Hulu.
Yeah.
I just randomly scrolling through Hulu, I was like, oh, this is the show that everybody's talking about. And I watched it. Best way I can describe it, it's a weird combination of Bravest Warriors, Bee and Puppy Cat, and Scott Pilgrim.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's the best way to describe it?
Yeah.
What is that?
It's a trip, man. Before we get too far into it, welcome to the Power Chamber Podcast. The only podcast that is handicapped at the moment, but hopefully things will change. But going back into the Star versus the Forces of Evil discussion, it's essentially about this princess in another dimension.
Right.
And she's like being hunted, so her parents are like, you're going to Earth. You'll be safe on Earth and whatever. And she runs into this guy named Marco, and she decides that she's going to live with him. And she's got magical powers and whatever. And then they get like ambushed by the villain who like finds her. She's like, you don't have no guard. And then all of a sudden he like whips out karate and kicks all their asses along with her and her magical powers.
I'm gonna have to really watch this. I'm sure
it's a trip. Don't let the theme song deter you.
Is it not that good?
It's actually pretty bad, yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I get the idea that they're going for, and I like the lyrics, but it's just like performed bad.
So, guess what I watched yesterday?
Nope, got nothing.
Ghostbusters.
Oh shit! Did you watch it because people were gonna call you sexist?
I don't care. I am sexist, but I mean,
I know you don't care. I just was like that.
Just so everybody knows, I'm a sexist, racist, and anything else that you can think of.
Yeah.
So
you're all the terrible things.
I really am. I'm a horrible person. We should all know this by now. But no, I mean, yeah, everybody. Because my problem was Ghostbusters is everybody's already taking a shit on it before it comes out.
Yeah.
And I was just
that was the thing though, like, because that's the thing with that movie. I was just sitting there going, well, then, I mean, I kind of don't want to see it just because I don't really, all this hype tornado that just was like the worst, this is the worst piece of shit to ever come out. I just kind of was like, well, then fuck it, it's not worth my time.
See, that's my problem with movies like these. With these, that the remakes, and some of them are actually really good,
right.
But people just shit on them before they even hit the friggin' theaters.
You got to think though, like before this, like a new era of remakes, before let's call it the Disney era of remakes, because they've actually started this whole trend up again.
Yeah.
Remakes were just terrible.
They were.
They were because we were like in the horror genre and we were just trying to do that.
Yeah.
And those were just like the worst things except for Batman.
Yeah, horror movies was really the start of this, and I blame Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street remakes because those.
Have
were
you
just
seen?
terrible.
I gotta ask you this. Have you seen Halloween 2? Like the remakes?
Yes.
Oh God. Those are the worst like movies I've ever seen.
And see, I get it why people are afraid of remakes and they hate them.
Yeah.
But recently, now that they know remakes can be made good, well,
what was the last? What was the one that was like good? Like, man, this is as good as the original was. What's like the most recent one?
Total Recall.
Really? I heard very bad things about that.
I didn't think it was that bad.
That one and also RoboCop. No. RoboCop, I just kind of was like, no. When I saw that trailer and it was like he got blown up by a car bomb, I was like, well, I'm done with this.
I honestly like Total Recall. Now, RoboCop I can't speak too highly because I thought it was
Yeah, oh, yeah?
So.
Well, I mean, yeah. But yeah, that just kind of happened. Total Recall... I just didn't care. Like, that's the problem with these remakes is when they come out, I'm just like, well, I mean, if you're gonna remake it and I got the thing on DVD, why should I mean, it didn't really sell me on it. It was just kind of like, here's that movie you remember.
Yeah, so good points about the movie. They knew what it was. They knew it was a remake. They had cameos from just about anybody from the original movies.
Really? Arnold Schwarzenegger in that movie.
I said just, I didn't see Arnold, but...
was Sharon Stone in the movie?
Yes.
Oh, Michael Ironside? Please tell me Michael Ironside is in this movie.
I believe so.
Damn it. Oh, okay, that's awesome. That's awesome. The last thing I saw him in was Turbo Kid, which you can find on Netflix. Which one was Michael Ironside? I gotta remember. Michael Ironside was the guy, he's like the military guy. He's got the very nice sounding voice. He was in Starship Troopers, and he also voiced Sam Fisher, which I found out recently. Yeah. Michael Ironside.
Well, of course, Bill Murray made a cameo at the last minute.
Yeah, I did hear that he was going to be in the movie.
Yeah, I love that. Not going to be in it. Not going to be in it. Yeah, I want to make a cameo.
Well, of course he's going to be in it.
You had just about.
I feel like the whole Harold Ramis thing kind of humbled him a bit. In terms of like, no, I'm not going to do it unless we're a ghost, and then he kind of realized what a terrible idea that was.
Hell, the Steak Puff Marshmallow Man made a cameo.
I did hear about that, but that was in the trailer though.
No, it was in the movie.
No, it was in the trailer. I saw him.
Okay, yeah.
It was Stay Puff. Again, not too excited.
Yeah, but the acting was actually not overrated.
Overdoing it, like just like we're doing comedy. You know?
No, not to say it wasn't.
I did
there were some moments between what's her name? That
Kristen Wiig.
Is it Kristen Wiig?
Melissa McCarthy.
Okay. Yeah.
It had to be one of the two.
Yeah, between those two, there was some acting that was just kind of, like the joke they were trying to do this whole burn joke, and I was just like,
well, that's the style of comedy that we're just kind of in right now. That was my brother's argument to it. I see Bandy, who's not here.
I mean, it wasn't too bad, but I mean, it didn't make me laugh like I guess some other people would probably laugh at it. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
But there was just some things. There was the receptionist. What's his name?
Yeah, Superman. Chris Hemsworth. Like the Superman. That was Thor. What are you talking about?
Thor, sorry. Wrong superhero. Shut up.
I know. I'm gonna
Thor.
Man. So Chris Hemsworth. Yeah. And when I saw that guy in the trailer, I knew exactly where they were gonna go with him. Tell me if this is where they go with him, because I swear to you, this is it. He's like, they hire him because he's like really hot, right?
Yeah.
That's the joke.
That's it. He's so stupid, and they keep that joke going just to prove how stupid he is. And I'm like, okay, I get it. He's stupid.
Yeah.
You don't have to keep continuing with this.
Yeah.
And so, and then there was obviously a lot of clips cut, and I could tell.
Oh yeah, like just editing jumps.
Yeah, there was some weird editing jumps, and I was like, you cut something. Yeah. I don't know what you cut, but you cut something. And I was like, and I can tell it. It's weird how this, like, it's because it's right there at the end mostly. Right there at the end, there's these weird jumps, and you're like,
huh,
what's up with these jumps? This doesn't feel right for some reason. The flow doesn't feel.
Yeah, it's just like.
Maybe most other people wouldn't notice, but I caught it immediately.
Yeah.
But no, actually, the two of the best people were the black chick and
Leslie Jones
and
Kate McKinnon.
Yeah,
the other one.
Yeah,
okay.
The crazy one.
Yeah, I heard that she was really good. Like, I don't know. I've heard like a bunch of people were like, yeah, and then one person was like, no, for Kate McKinnon. I don't know who she is, but I mean.
No, they were actually. I think they were. If anything, they were the better out of the whole four.
Oh, really? Okay, good.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's partly to do with like overexposure, right? Because I mean, you've seen like Melissa McCarthy, and you've seen like Kristen Wiig.
But
you know what to expect with those people.
But see, Melissa McCarthy really can do a good job. She can do a good job.
Okay.
And that's it's like some of the lines she got in this movie. like, I guess someone was like, "Oh, this is Melissa McCarthy. Let's just use her same jokes as we used before, and they'll sell." And
well, I mean,
it just doesn't work.
It's the same director that she's worked with like 3 times.
Yeah, so
they were like, joke. I can't really speak to that. I realized this the other day. I've never seen a movie with Melissa McCarthy in it.
Okay, yeah, I've seen a few.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. What's the best one?
Oh, Identity Thief, I think.
Really?
I think that one made me laugh.
Man.
I think that one made me laugh the most.
I kind of hate that movie.
You're
like, when I saw the trailer, I was like, I don't think I can get behind this. That's why I haven't seen it.
Really?
Just as a concept, I didn't think it was going to work. But, I mean, maybe.
It was funny. I mean, the whole premise of it is idiotic, but...
Oh, yeah?
She sells it. I mean, she's hilarious.
Okay. I might have to check that out. Then again, I don't know. I feel like that the reason I haven't checked out Melissa McCarthy is because I watched, what was it? The Due Date with Zach Galifianakis. And that was like the worst thing I've ever seen Robert Downey Jr. in, outside of the Shaggy Dog.
Another thing she wasn't too bad was St. Vincent. St. Vincent wasn't that bad.
She was in that movie?
I believe so.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Here, let me pull up the trailer.
No, I've seen it. I know what it is.
Yeah. I'm just double checking now.
Yeah, okay.
I'm
just saying, like, don't play it because I'm going to have to cut it, so.
Yeah. Copyright purposes.
Yeah, copyright.
Hey, at least they fixed it some.
Yeah, at least I got like 10, 15 copyright notices for the Ninjago video.
Yeah, but it doesn't penalize you as bad, and nobody gets the money until it's resolved.
That's what I was like. I don't know why you guys are doing this. I'm not making money. You're not making money. This is pointless, really.
Yeah, see?
Oh. I guess I never looked too closely at the poster for St. Vincent. I don't know.
Yeah. But yeah, she wasn't too bad. And so the movie, I honestly, and wholehearted opinion, if you like the Ghostbusters, you're probably not going to like this movie. I mean,
really?
I mean, if you just love the Ghostbusters and you were like, you
want
to
see
them,
diehard fans.
You're diehard fans, and you want to see them constantly busting ghosts, and you want to see slime run throughout the movie. You're not gonna. You're gonna get some of it, but you're not gonna get the original Ghostbusters feel. If you're willing to accept Ghostbusters in its new sense, you're gonna get some new feels for it. It's gonna feel very enjoyable, and I mean, they may have. And you're gonna enjoy it a lot. I mean, it's actually pretty funny. They give some of the best lines to, like I said, the black chick. I can't think of
Leslie Jones.
Leslie Jones, thank you. I can't think of any other names. So.
No, I've committed all their names to memory just because people were like, "I hate this new cast."
Yeah, and I hate that the people were taking a shit on this movie before it came out.
Yeah.
Danny's main complaint was, I think they're overacting. They're not overacting. They're actually taking a good approach to it. So
okay.
And they honestly, in this movie, they respect the original Ghostbusters.
Okay.
And for what it is.
Well, I mean, as long as that happens, you know what? I think no, that's not fair. I was like, I think the last remake I saw was Godzilla, and you know.
I think you saw one more before that.
We all know how I feel about that one.
But see, it's like Godzilla feel. You like it, and you like that it exists, but you're pissed off at the execution.
I didn't. Okay, first of all, I was on board with it, but like the trailer sold us a different movie.
You're right. Yeah, no. Honestly, I honestly want people to go see Ghostbusters.
No. It definitely should. People should go see it. I mean, just because I'm not into it. Then again, I'm not too married to the Ghostbusters, which is probably why I was like, well, I mean, they're remaking everything, so I mean, why are you guys so pissed?
Well, see, here's my thing. Everybody was like, nobody wanted a Ghostbusters remake. Let's face that fact. But when they were in the talks of it, and as soon as they started talking about a Ghostbusters remake, everybody wanted it, and so it got made. And so now that all of a sudden, they announced, then they announced that it's going to be a whole female cast, and they're like, oh, female cast.
Well, I think you're missing a point here, which is that, like, so apparently Dan Aykroyd has been talking about Ghostbusters 3 for like
years,
20 years or something like that, and everybody was like, oh, come on, man. You talk about this every year. We don't need this, blah, blah, blah. And then Harold Ramis died, and they were like, oh, you really don't need this. And then they were like, well, let's do it remake. And everybody was like, why? So right there you got your problem of people just being like, why are you doing this? This seems kind of disrespectful, don't you think? And then they do the woman thing, and then the sexist people are like, oh my God. And then the people who are diehard fans are like, oh my God. And then people who are just kind of like looking at the issue, and then feminists were like, oh my God, you people, you're both all sexist. So now you got like 3 different people fighting against each other, and then there's just the regular moviegoer, and they're just like, well, this is kind of odd. So yeah, it just kind of created a giant shitstorm.
Well, I will say this one thing: the movie expects to get a sequel. You want to know how?
Well, of course it does.
You want to know how?
Everything tries to get a sequel.
You want to know it really expects to get a sequel. You want to know why? There's an after credits scene where they mention Zool.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And you know, everybody who's gonna not notice that at all, they'll be like,
I'm totally into it, man. That actually makes me want to see the movie.
Yeah, right there at the end. Yeah, if you want to tell you what it is.
Well, no.
Or do you want to wait and see?
I think I'll see it.
Yeah, it's hilarious. I love it.
Zool.
There is no. Yeah.
No.
Only Zool.
Yeah, there is no Dano, only Zool. There's a reference. There's like quite a bit of references in that movie. From that movie to.
I laughed because most of the people didn't get it. I was like, and like nobody else was like, who's that? And I'm just like, get the hell out of this theater.
Yeah. Then again, I guess that's kind of you kind of had to expect that because sometimes the diehard fans are probably not going to see it. Like I know the Angry Video Game Nerd said he wasn't going to see it just like at all. His opinion's probably changed since the reviews came out, but yeah.
I don't know. That's just my opinion. I like the movie, and I mean, if everybody wants to hate on that,
you can just you can like the movie. It's just that like. So the last like 3 remakes that we had the Ghostbusters, and then like right before, like a month ago, we had Independence Day Resurgence.
Well, that wasn't a remake. Well,
it was
in a sense, it's a remake.
It's a sequel. So I mean, it's something like a 20 years ago.
Let's just face it.
Whatever thing.
It's a sequel remake. Yeah, pretty much.
What is it? The soft reboot that Days of Future Past made possible.
Yeah.
Made popular.
Yeah.
We're gonna soft reboot, and then we had with the TMNT sequel, which was another soft reboot, which is like the first movie happened, but like not really. Did you see that movie? Oh, good. Okay, we don't have to talk about it. I didn't see it either. I'm just saying. God, I haven't been to the movie since Civil War.
It's a great movie.
Yeah,
go see it.
Go see Civil War, guys. That's my recommendation.
Oh man. There's still quite a couple movies that I actually wanted to see. But I also did see what Bryan Cranston in
in the Power Rangers.
I saw a movie. He is I haven't seen
the Infiltrator.
Infiltrator.
Yeah. I had seen that poster like everywhere, and the thing that made me notice it was like somebody had taken that poster and like replaced the title with Stan Lee, and I was like, oh my God, this is amazing.
Yeah, no, it's hilarious. It is the fucking weirdest idea when you think about it. It's Bryan Cranston as a police officer faking a drug dealer pretty much. And is trying to basically arrest a bunch of people by just being like faking this personality. That's hilarious. Really? So
is it like a comedy? Or?
No, it's based on a true story.
So it's kind of like Breaking Bad, but not really at all.
Yeah, he's undercover detective. Undercover detective, and what he does is he goes as this kind of like money bag kind of person. He basically goes to drug dealers.
Like a Heisenberg.
Yeah. So he basically he goes to drug overlords and he'll be like, "I'll take your money, I'll put it through the bank." And then it doesn't look like you're suddenly getting random money. It looks like I'm funding you.
So it's like the guy in The Dark Knight, the Asian guy, where he's like, we're putting all your money in the bank, and then the bank gets robbed by like the Joker.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it looks like basically like the drug dealers are being funded by him, so it looks like a legitimate business.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
And so they put on this front, and like he goes to this banks, and he's like, yeah, he goes, my clients are cocaine dealers, and they're like, we'll gladly take your money. And so basically he puts on this whole persona and has a fake wife and anything.
Really?
Yeah, he has a fake fiance. Oh. And so they get married. They're going to get married, in quotations. And so they set up this date. They invited bank dealers that were cheats. They invited drug lords, dealers, and all these people to this wedding.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
They arrested over 100 drug dealers and bankers.
That's pretty cool, man.
So it's a very interesting movie.
I'll have to check it out.
You'll have to put a spoiler
by the way
before I
run that. Sure. I'll definitely do that. By the way, the cobbler was a piece of crap.
No, yeah, don't. Let's not talk about that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was horrible. I
couldn't. Like, I just didn't get the tone, man.
I couldn't tell if it was trying to be.
Is this just a comedy? Is this a drama? I mean,
it shifts its
this
tone.
movie's existing. I could definitely see that like things are happening, but I don't know what I'm supposed to take away from any of this.
It shifts its tone.
Yeah, like, it does.
Throughout the entire movie, it shifts.
And it's not like a comedy drama like where it just does like
it dramatically just shifts.
It just is like, here's this scene that's kind of funny, and then here's this scene that's like not funny at all.
It's like, and don't you notice like all of a sudden they edit it to look darker and everything?
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
yeah,
okay.
I couldn't get it, and I don't know what Dustin Hoffman did to be saddled with Adam Sandler, but just kind of like, well,